Welcome to W Productions, hosted by UUilliam.k. Hey, yo, big shout out to Rob Banks. He was just performing. That shit was hot. Big shout out to Louis Savage. Big shout out to Cyber. Hey, yo, big shout out to everybody that came out. Big shout out to Cheeseburger, dog. This is really the reason why we can really do all that. So ever since Burger Fest 1. Hey, yo, so who we got here tonight?
We got 150 Wild Child, the hood pop star, all the way from New York. I'm in Orlando. And big shout out to Rob Banks, my brother Louis, Sledge, my brother Cheese. This platform, everybody here for sure.
All right, so last time I talked to you, you said you was in like a distribution deal. Tell me more about that. Just in case other artists feel like dwelling in the same world. You got any advice about dwelling in that world? Signing deals?
Yeah, for sure. Like, honestly, right now, like, I own all my masters and my royalties, so it's like I drop, you know what I'm saying, through a platform and, you know what I'm saying, do what I do.
All right, that's good.
Because I understand the business. It's like you gotta do your research, you know what I'm saying? You take advice from others. And one thing I learned throughout this whole process is you gotta pay attention to your accomplishments. So you gotta actually know what you want. You gotta actually know where you're trying to go with this shit. And then it's like, once you pinpoint them accomplishments in that direction, everything gonna make sense for you.
Okay.
So that's the type of deal that I'm in.
All right, so what songs are you performing tonight?
Actually, I'm being brought out by my brother, Trendy Sledge. You know what I'm saying? He from New York as well. We doing an unreleased song, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be on my project that's coming up next month. My first project in this genre, hyperpop music, you feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of different sounds incorporated, if you know, you know. And also Two Vibes, my only single of the year. You feel what I'm saying? That shit been going up. And probably like 1 or 2 more hits. You feel what I'm saying? The set been modified, so I kind of don't know right now.
All right, so you say it's your only single of the year. How long have you been making music?
If I say I really add up all the years, it's been about a 10-piece. I've been making music about 10 years.
Okay.
But really dropping and understanding where I'm going and what I'm trying to do on a professional, you know what I'm saying, aspect of this shit, I've been making music now 3 years since I got my freedom back.
What struggles in life did you end up going through in those 10 years of life? You got any advice you could say? Because like you to do this 10 years, that means you had to have some ups and downs. So like, you got any advice for those like audience that's having those ups and downs right now?
Yeah.
Because I got an artist that I just interviewed yesterday. He started this shit 2 weeks ago, and he's like 19.
That's hard.
So like, what, you got any advice?
Yeah, really, like, shit, I was battling a situation where I had a 9 to 5. You feel what I'm saying? Like an average nigga, bro. Like, I don't disagree with the 9 to 5. Like, I was working a 9 to 5, bro, and I was a lead and a supervisor, bro. And let me take these off because I'm hot. There's a lot going on, but I was a fucking lead and a supervisor, you feel what I'm saying, in a Windows corporation, and I was incorporating a lot of my other skills into the job force, and it ended up getting me, you know what I'm saying, that power. But then that power came with a little bit more money, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, I really calculated this shit like off a check. Like, I made $47,000 in 9 months off this job. Damn. And it's like I had to let that go because it was taking up so much of my time. And then I started taking my music more serious, and then now I'm here. But throughout that process, I went rock bottom like 3 times, bro. Like, no money, bro. Damn near thinking about going back to the shit I used to do. And it's like, if you know, you know. Like, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but I grew up in Atlanta because I moved to moved to Atlanta to basically like change my life and do better, but jump straight into the street. So it's like, shit was a battle. Like, damn, do I really want to do music, or do I want to just do what I know and, you know what I'm saying, get the bag? But it was like, once I started really taking my music serious and like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do, shows and incorporate my brand and my clothing, just sponsors, I understood what was really what. Man, I took off with this shit, and it's still going up. I'm not nowhere too far because I feel like you can't never be too high.
So let me ask you this question: because now you got like a distribution deal, like you at this point in life where you doing shows in Orlando, you from New York, you know people in Atlanta, you know close people. So what would you tell your I don't want to give your age. What would you tell your 7-year-ago self, or that first self that went to that first downfall? You feel me? Like,
7 years ago, I was in prison. No. 7 years ago, I don't know where I was. I was fucked up, bro, in the streets. I know that.
What would you tell? What would you tell? What would you tell
so
him?
It was like, shit. I probably would have told myself, bro, find another way. Shit ain't that hard. It's not hard to do right. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that, like shit that I know now. Like, you don't really like shit. What they say in the Bible, like, I don't even want to go there, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
You gotta just pay attention, bro. You just gotta know, like, you gotta really know, bro.
Anybody in New York you want to shout out?
Nah, for sure. I want to shout out everybody that's in my circle right now. All my brothers, you feel what I'm saying? The label people, you know what I'm saying? The people that's already well established, that see my vision. Everybody, the fans, the supporters, my family. I want to shout out everybody. You feel what I'm saying? For giving me this platform, like, everybody.
I ain't charging you 5 racks.
Everybody mattered. Everybody mattered. Damn, bro, on the radar.
All right, so we got who here?
150 Wild Child, the Hood Pop Star.
And where can we find you on Instagram?
150 Hood Pop Star. You can find me on all platforms, streaming everywhere, videos everywhere. 150 Wild Child.
With W Production, hosted by William K. Hey, yo, shout out Cheeseburger. Shout out Rob Banks. That nigga killing it.
Nah, I appreciate y'all. Shout
out. It was a packed house tonight. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, hey, sure. Sold out dates.
Shout out. Who's sitting here? Who's supporting you tonight?
I got my brother Trendy Sledge in the cut.
Shout out Trendy Sledge.
I got a supporter in the cut, very special person. We don't really want to disclose the name right now, you know what I'm saying? But people here, and then we want to shout out this brand too. We want to shout out my brother Kyle Hooligan for putting this shit on me. We brought this shit all the way to Orlando, custom shirt, shit like that.
All right, when did you start making merch?
This is a sponsor, you feel what I'm saying? But I actually started making my merch, like I put it into full effect 2 weeks ago.
Okay. When did you get the idea to start working with sponsors?
When I noticed that I had to incorporate more into my music to get seen. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody don't just drop and just go mainstream or blow up and get 1 million views. Like, excuse me, sometimes you gotta like incorporate more into your artistry, and that's basically what I did.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, yo, thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thank you for watching. We go ahead and check you guys out later. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.